Thanks again, Progressive Lifty, for the $5. Religion was created by the ruling class to control the masses. I think in many ways, what Mangione represents is the most.
Lefty, look.
Well, there you go, Mr. Hitchens.
There he is. There he is.
Very cool. No, I think in many ways, Mangione is, I guess, kind of like he's almost like a Moses in a way, if you think about it. You know, he's basically trying to be the sheep herder, but he's trying to lead the sheep to salvation. He was showing you that even if the spilling of blood, which has been talked about constantly in the Bible, for anybody here who has any type of a religious background, you would know that there is much of that talk in much as it is in the Old Testament as it is in the New Testament, specifically the story of Abraham. And when you talk about, was Abraham willing to sacrifice his own son for the glorification of God?
You're speaking Bible talk to me.
I'm only speaking it because of this whole idea of, oh, Luigi, he killed him. He did. Well, let's just, again, allegedly.
Yeah, but I'm willing to even stipulate, even if we're going to say that he did. And your point is, I would argue it's an interesting case of self-defense and defense of others. Onward.
I would say that too. And that's why if anybody's been paying attention, there has been constant stories coming out recently, more so than the ones that we've even been putting out. Because as it turns out, there is very, very loud talk now about jury nullification. And why would they be doing that? The reason they're doing it is because they probably already know that this story is heading in that direction, that they're going to have a very hard time getting a jury to convict this man.
And I'm talking any venue. They could get a change of venue to the other side of the country, and they're not going to be able to find somebody that'll have an unbiased opinion about the healthcare industry. It doesn't matter where they go.
This is now in Yahoo News. Okay, when this starts floating at this level, how jury nullification could set Luigi Mangione free in United Health CEO murder case, it's because it's probably been discussed at length now that they do not have that it's almost impossible. The amount of work that they have probably been going through trying to find jurors that either haven't heard about this story or are not sympathetic to somebody who stood up to the for-profit health system.
Well, they haven't started jury selection, have they?
I don't know.
No, they haven't started jury selection yet. No. That hasn't started yet.
Well,
they have not started jury selection yet. Do they even have they set a trial date? When's the trial date?
Why would an outlet like Yahoo News already be giving the indication that this case is likely heading for nullification?
Because they know that it is. I don't see how they're going to be able to. This is why this can't go to trial. I'm telling you, I'm worried about this kid.
Well, this is also why I felt it's necessary to say, to both Brian and James, that you guys, you get on board with single payer. It's incredible how far we'll go. It really is. And we have to deal with the fact that the biggest reason we probably don't have single payer isn't necessarily just because of the for-profit health system. That's all interconnected with agriculture. It's all interconnected with how bad our food is, how unhealthy we are. And I do believe that the message that RFK had put out there pertaining to what is in our food and what we have to do to fix that is going to help facilitate a movement towards a healthier country. And a movement towards a healthier country gets us closer to a single-payer healthcare system.
So what are they saying in this? And this is current? This just is a new article?
This came out earlier today.
Okay. So is there? So there's obviously some reason that they're putting this out there right now.
Well, Karen Friedman Agnifilo, his attorney, fears her client will get a fair trial in a New York City courtroom. Back in late December, the defense attorney argued government officials have been making prejudicial statements about Luigi, of course. Mangione is being treated as a spectacle. Well, of course, with authorities putting him on display in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. Of course, that was the idea. I think the whole image of Mayor Adams walking behind him was one of the stupidest things that could have ever been done. But no one knows what the jury will do. In recent weeks, there's been speculation that the Maryland native, who's experienced a swell of popularity and support on social media amid growing criticism concerning the tactics employed by insurance companies to deny care, could be set free. Experts point to a phenomenon known as jury nullification, which happens when a jury might believe a defendant committed a crime, but votes to acquit anyway. I think that that's actually what happened in OJ's case. It's a reaction by the jury to a legal result that they feel would be so unjust or morally wrong that they refuse to impose it, despite what the law says. I think that's what it's all about. Sympathy.
What is this? Yeah. So, all right. I wasn't sure if you were done. You're not.
The jury selection process is designed to weed out who won't be impartial. However, Clay S. Conrad, author of Jury Nullification, The Evolution of a Doctrine, says it would not surprise me at all if one or more people get onto the jury who support him. Absolutely. Even so, some legal experts doubt a jury would set a killer free in the face of compelling evidence. Most of us hate insurance companies and have difficult experiences dealing with insurance companies, but that doesn't mean we think people should be going around murdering insurance executives in the street, says Gregory German, a Syracuse University College of Law professor. I would imagine some people are going to be paying him a visit in class and letting them know what they think of him.
No, what he's saying is correct. I mean, this is what you need to be saying. That's the proper thing to say. Keep reading.
Sure. Mangione, who's pleaded not guilty to state murder and terrorism charges, again, the overreach, and next month is expected to enter a plea. So in February, this is going to happen. Is expected to, well,
no, that's just his plea, and then they'll set a trial date.
Correct. To enter a plea in a parallel federal murder case could also, of course, be acquitted or convicted based strictly on the evidence. According to the police, that includes a 3D printed gun. We saw a 3D printed gun a couple of years ago. It was very interesting, and it's unbelievable what can be done.
Who saw that?
We did.
You and me?
Yes.
I saw that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
When we went to the compound.
Oh, is that? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did. I was like, oh no, I was like, oh, this is real. This is a gun. That included a 3D printed gun found in his backpack that matches shell casings discovered at the crime scene, plus fingerprints taken from a water bottle, and protein bar wrapper discarded nearby. No one really knows how a jury will ultimately react to a perceived modern-day Robin Hood like Mangione. I have never seen a criminal defendant, much less an accused murderer, received as much sympathy both on traditional media and social media. Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani marvels. He is a folk hero of sorts to many.
They're not going to be. Again, I've been saying it since the beginning. Good luck. Good luck finding a jury. And yes, granted, I do recognize that his attorney, as well as she should, is arguing the other side of that he can't get a fair trial because of how they're portraying him. And that's her job to do so. And that is correct. They are doing that. However, I think that the problem is definitely more on their end, on the prosecutor side, and being able to get a jury that will convict him. I don't see it. I also do agree that there will be people that will get onto that jury and hide the fact that
hang it. And they'll hang it 100%.